In this video, I'm going to compare the 7 best LinkedIn scrapers right now. So I will show you what they do, how safe they are for your LinkedIn account, and basically which one is the best for you. So quick context, I've been scraping LinkedIn and LinkedIn Sales Navigator for over 6 years now. I've personally used every single tool on this list, and I even built my own scraper, GiveMeLeads, because none of these tools did everything I wanted. So here are the 3 things I care when I want to scrape LinkedIn. The first one is the data quality. So when you scrape LinkedIn, sometimes you will have some bad data because some people have a rocket emoji in their first name, or when they have the first name like this in a capital letter. And at the end, in your lead list, you have some bad data. So instead, you want a LinkedIn scraper where you have clean data. So with no emoji in the first name and last name and everything well formatted. Now, the second thing you need to take care when you want to scrape LinkedIn is your account safety. So you want a tool that takes care of your LinkedIn account because you don't want to have your LinkedIn account restricted because you use a bad LinkedIn scraper. And finally, what's very important when you want to scrape LinkedIn is to have a good email finder. So in this email finder tool market, every single tool like to claim that they are the best at finding emails. But from my experience, the best way to have more emails is to use what we call a waterfall email finder tool, like GiveMeLeads, for example. So basically what we do when we want to find an email is to call multiple email finder tools. And with this workflow, you can find more emails. So now it's time to check our first LinkedIn scraper. So the first LinkedIn scraper I want to show you is GiveMeLeads. It's my own LinkedIn scraper. And when you use this tool, you will have a button like this one, extract leads on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So when you want to export these people from a search, all you need to do is to click here on extract leads. Then you will be redirected to GiveMeLeads. And here, as I told you, you can choose to have the emails of your leads. Then you click on export leads. And now you see the export is currently running. So you see 3 minutes left. So of course, it takes some time because we care a lot about the LinkedIn safety. So that's why here we need to wait 3 minutes. Then once the export is done, you just need to click here. And here you can choose to download a CSV file, an Excel file, or you can just open in Google Sheets. So let's say download CSV. So here is my list of 55 leads exported with GiveMeLeads. Now on top, you have all the information you need, like the first name, last name, a LinkedIn URL. Here you have the emails of the leads, and here you have the email status. So when it's verified, it means that it's completely safe to send a cold email. When it's probable, I recommend to send a cold email only if you have dedicated domains and mailboxes to send cold emails, and sometimes you will have not found. You have the job title, location, and actually you have much more information. And with GiveMeLeads, you have a lot of information. For example, company website, company location, company industry, company size, company type, and so on. So if you need more information, it's perfect. Now, just before I told you that I really take care of the quality of the data. So that's why with GiveMeLeads, what we do is to clean the data. So for the first name, last name, and company name, you don't have any problems with capital letters or with emojis in the first name or the last name. And you will never have something like this in your lead list. Then the second thing we do with GiveMeLeads is to check if your leads match all your filters or not. So when you export leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you have between 10 to 30% of the leads exported that don't match all your filters. So that's why we've created these 2 columns. And if I scroll, you see that we have false, and here you have the reason. So when it's true, it means the lead perfectly matches all your filters, but when it's false, it means that something is wrong. And here, as I told you, you have the reason. So here we have wrong company size, and here we have wrong job title. So if we check the job title, here we have front desk agent and creative producer. And in my search, I targeted people with the current job title, head of content. So basically with this feature, what you can do is to keep some leads if they are still relevant, or just remove all of them. And by doing that, you make sure that you only reach out to people who perfectly match all your filters. Now, the main drawback of GiveMeLeads is that it only works on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So if you use LinkedIn Recruiter, it won't work. So if you want a LinkedIn Sales Navigator scraper that takes care of the data, that is safe for your LinkedIn account, and that can give you emails, you can try for free GiveMeLeads. And so for that, you can go on givemeleads.io, or you have a link in the description. All right, so now the next tool I want to show you is called PhantomBuster. So basically with this tool, you have many ways to scrape LinkedIn. And if you want, you can even scrape Google, Instagram, HubSpot, YouTube, Twitter, and so on. So with this tool, for example, you can scrape LinkedIn post, LinkedIn event attendees, you can scrape LinkedIn profile, Google Maps, and so on. Now, the main drawbacks are that it's a bit complex to set up everything, and it's not the safest option for your LinkedIn account. But if you need a tool that can scrape almost everything on LinkedIn, this one is good. The next tool is Evaboot. So it's a LinkedIn Sales Navigator scraper, exactly like GiveMeLeads. So what's interesting with Evaboot is that they clean the data and they tell you when a lead doesn't match all your filters. For the drawbacks, I know that they have some problems with their Chrome extension and it's a bit expensive. For example, for 4K credits, you pay $99 per month. The next one, Bright Data, is a bit different compared to the rest because their core business is to provide proxy, but you can scrape LinkedIn with this tool. Now, the main drawback of this tool is that it's very complex, so it only makes sense if you want to scrape a lot of data and that you have a technical team that can implement Bright Data in your business. The next one is Link Helper. It's probably the oldest tool on this list, and you can scrape LinkedIn and LinkedIn Sales Navigator with this tool. Now, the main drawback is the safety of your LinkedIn account, and you will not have clean data. But it's a good tool if you want to automate your LinkedIn outreach. The next one is Dripify. So it's the same as Link Helper. So basically, it's a tool to send LinkedIn messages, and it's not designed to specifically scrape LinkedIn or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So it's the same here. You won't have clean data, but it's a very good tool if you want to automate your LinkedIn outreach. And finally, the last one is Dux-Soup. So it's the same as Dripify and Link Helper. It's a LinkedIn automation tool. And inside this tool, you can scrape LinkedIn or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, it's always the same with this kind of tool. You won't have clean data, and they are not the best at scraping LinkedIn or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So this is it for this comparison. Now, if you want to try for free GiveMeLeads, you have the link in the description. We work hard every day to create the best LinkedIn Sales Navigator scraper, safe for your LinkedIn account, with the good data and with a lot of verified emails. So if you are interested, you have the link in the description.